because that's your field. Okay, so what made you first interested in the field, if anything?
What made me first interested? Well, I didn't want to be, I was on track to become a physician. And I really liked geography, but I didn't want to be a geographer.
Mm-hmm.
And so I took a health class, just kind of, I think I was a sophomore. I took a health class, and it was like, oh, I can connect geography and medicine without having to be a doctor and without having to be a geographer. And that's how I fell into this.
Okay. And did you immediately like it or love it right off the bat when you figured out you could do both, or did it take some time to get into?
No, it was right there for me. I didn't know what I would do like career-wise, but in terms of the academics and which classes I was going to take, it was really clear. I mean, I was in that class for like 2 weeks, and I said I'm changing my major, changed my whole schedule, and I ran with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoyed it that much.
Okay. And so what are like the different, I know obviously you can teach with the degree, but what other things, I guess, if you had the degree, what would you be qualified to do? Like what kind of jobs or?
Sure, so when you say the degree, which level are you talking about?
Probably just undergrad degree.
An undergrad degree. So undergrad in EPI is kind of a funny thing because there aren't very many programs in undergrad in EPI, which is a benefit. So I think we're still trying to figure out what that looks like and where people go, like what's the streamline, the classic. But people who have come out of our undergraduate have been really successful at getting involved with government, with nonprofit, with overseas type things, or with like hospitals, and kind of running basic disease control program planning for them. Some do a little bit of data analytics.
Okay.
And then, of course, as you get a master's degree, you
That's
can
really
imagine
better.
kind of the same. You kind of imagine the same places, but 2 or 3 steps above, where you're calling more of the shots.
And you probably get a lot more money.
A lot more.
Yeah. Okay. And do you see changes happening in the field recently? Like I know in the public health field there are kind of more changes happening now, but I don't know if there are any changes like happening in that field currently, or do you see anything changing?
In EPI? Stuff's happening all the time. It kind of just, we follow what's happening to people. So, opioids and substance abuse has kind of come to the top of the food chain right now. There's always emerging diseases that are coming about that we are learning about every day. And then there's the traditional stuff that people think we have solved, like heart disease and lung cancer and smoking. But again, those are evolving every day. So you have things like vaping and new products that come out, right? So I don't think this is ever a dull field. There's always something new going on because we're studying people and our crazy behaviors and trends and how we evolve and the weird choices we make.
And then what's your favorite topic to study or like area?
I like to figure out why, like how neighborhoods impact people. So not just, based on this person's genetics and their own personal characteristics, but their environment and where they live. How does that really force them down a certain path, or how does that help them, have better health than others, and why is that? So kind of the disparities based on geography.
Okay. And then the last one is if you could change anything about like epidemiology or like anything at all about it, would you? So what?
I could change. Even about the field or about like what?
Just so I remember at the beginning of the semester we learned about like if there's an outbreak, you go through all the steps and stuff. Like, do you think there's a faster way to do it or like a more effective way to do that? Or maybe with any of like the data collection process.
Oh, there's always stuff to be done there. There's smart people and me figure that out. What would I change? I'm just trying to think, not from like a teaching perspective. Change, because there's a lot of things I'd change from a teaching perspective. I love what I do. I don't know if I'd change much. I mean, it's more political stuff that I would change. Things like not making it so hard to get research money,
Mhm.
but that's like
Okay, yeah.
beyond, you know. What would I change? That's a great question. I'd probably, if anything, change kind of the transparency and use of data. So when people have data, make it available that anybody can use it. But our current practice is, oh, I got a bunch of data, I'm going to use it first, and I'm going to come up with the big findings, and I'm going to be
Oh, they get
for
all
it.
okay.
Rather than like, here's all this stuff, let's be true scientists and explore it together and figure it out. And there's a lot of licking the lollipop, so to speak.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What I'm saying?
Okay. Well, I think that's it for now. I don't think my professor like is gonna contact you or anything, but she might.
Sure.
So heads up if she does.
Okay.
But thank you for letting me interview you.